Hello, parents. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Minnier, and I am your student's sophomore English teacher. This year is American literature. Last year was the classics. I'm very excited about American literature. I enjoy incorporating the history while we are studying American literature. You've got to know the foundations of what was going on during the time period and how it influenced the literature. We're actually starting our American literature unit with Native American literature, oral storytelling tradition. We started off with a myth. It's called The World on the Turtle's Back. Of course, it has something to do with turtles because we're at Mates. And the students are actually working on a group project where they are researching other creation myths from other cultures to learn about these other cultures, to learn about their customs, and to find similarities between these creation myths. The American literature book, this is it right here, it is online, which is wonderful. So I've told students that if if they want to leave their textbook in the locker, if they're coming in and out of school, they can certainly do that. If they want to take it home, they can use it at home. It's kind of up to them because it is online, and I have worked with the students to so they all know how to access all the pages online. It goes unit by unit, and it works out really well. And a lot of students seem to enjoy reading it online. It's kind of nice because you can read it anytime, anywhere. And let's see, other things. This year, of course, I'm like all the other teachers, are using Google Classroom. I do have the students join me every day via the Google Meet. It's kind of like a Zoom link that they click into, and they join me each day. So I'm synchronized teaching with my students. Um, let's see what else. On the Google Classroom right now, there is my policies and procedures is posted. It's for you to take a look at, read through. The students are also to read through it. It's very similar to last year. It does have a new section about my expectations for Google Classroom. And it talks about my point system. I work on a point system, not a percentage system. And that is to be signed by tomorrow night, actually Tuesday night. The Google system defaults to 11:59, so I just keep it at 11:59. That's when it defaults. So all assignments are usually due by then, unless there's some reason why I would need them earlier in the evening. So I don't recommend students do their work at that late of an hour. I tell them they should be sleeping, but it is open until then. With that being said, every day an assignment is late. It is a 10-point deduction. So that's something that I would like you to be aware of. My students are also aware of that as well. With the American literature, we're going to just work chronologically through the textbook, which means we're going to chronologically go through the different literary movements. Some of the novels that we'll be reading, I'm very excited about. One of my favorites, Of Mice and Men, also The Great Gatsby. We'll be reading some plays as well. We'll be reading The Crucible and A Raisin in the Sun. I really enjoy doing plays with the kids, and this group of kids that I have, I'm really enjoying them already. They're more sure of themselves this year, and they're very talkative. They're jumping right in with the discussion, and I'm really enjoying that already. There will be a research unit where I'll be reinforcing what they learned last year with regards to how to research, how to cite the sources. We'll be using MLA style. The two most popular styles in college are APA and MLA. So when they leave Mates, they'll be very familiar with both of these styles, which is wonderful. They get a great head start. I will also be exposing them to a lot of primary sources with American literature, um, where it is written by a particular individual, whether it's an explorer, whether it's a Puritan writing poetry. We'll also look at some secondary sources, and again, I want to stress the importance of the historical context. So we'll be reading a lot of also what's called informational text. So it's not just fiction, which I do think helps them quite a bit on the PSATs and the SATs. I will make sure that we cover some SAT prep as well, maybe even a unit on the SATs. And if you guys have any questions for me, if you could send me an email. Well, I've got 4 different emails at this point, but the mminnier@ocvts.org is the one that's connected with the Google Classroom. It's also at the very top of the policies handout that I'm asking for you guys to read and again to sign. So hopefully by the time you see this video, you will have read through that, and please anytime send me an email if you have any questions. With the Google Classroom, one last thing that I do want to mention, if your student seems to be struggling in any way, hopefully they'll reach out to me as sophomores, but you can also join the Google Classroom as a guardian. There's a way that I can share the link with you and I can invite you via your email. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can also let me know. Again, thank you again for stopping by and checking out the video. I wish you guys were sitting in front of me because it would be a lot easier. Have a very nice evening. Take care, everybody. Be safe.